YouTube. Hey, listen, man. Again, technical difficulties with the videos and all that stuff. But today we want to speak on the Cavs, Miami, and the Knicks losing streaks. We're going to speak on Miami first. Miami's on a 9-game losing streak. They haven't been winning. They're 4 of 16 since the Jimmy trade. You would think the pieces you would think the pieces that they got for Jimmy would kind of help Miami. I mean, they got Wiggins back in the trade. They got, I think, Kyle Anderson. I mean, they had Dennis Schroeder. I think he left and went to the Pistons, obviously. But you would think with the All Star, with Tyler Hero being an All Star now, with Bam, Terry Rozier, Wiggins, you would Jaime Haskins, you would think that core would be average. It would get you some games. You know, as I said in the last video, they lost in a buzzer beater. They lost to a buzzer beater by Cade Cunningham. 9-game losing streak. They're ninth seed. The Raptors are about 5 games behind them. 5.5 games behind them. Will Miami go to the playoffs? I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll be in the play-in, but they won't make the playoffs. Okay, I take that back. Miami has a better chance of making the playoffs than the Bulls. They'll be the AC, but they'll get swept in the playoffs because they gotta play the Cavs, which we're gonna speak on in a minute. But in Miami, they will probably get swept by the Cavs. If not, though, Miami can get one game against the Cavs, but yeah, Miami is not. They're gonna get out the first round if they make the playoffs. Now, as far as them as a whole, I've heard talks that Pat Riley should step down and they should let somebody else try and step in and kind of help that team out. Obviously, Miami hasn't really attracted no big free agents since Jimmy. And when Jimmy was there, they didn't really attract nobody else. They kind of they stuck with the same team up until this recent trade with Jimmy. They haven't gotten they didn't get Jimmy any help. They relied on their same players that they brought back and players that they developed in the draft and in the G League and stuff like that. So Miami, they've always stuck with their core, and recently you've seen that it hadn't worked. It hadn't worked, and then that's when Jimmy got frustrated. Yeah, man, that's when Jimmy got frustrated. Then Miami started losing, and then that's when Pat Riley came out, and said what he said toward Jimmy, and then they weren't trying to extend Jimmy. They weren't trying to give Jimmy the max, and that led to Jimmy wanting to request a trade from Miami, which obviously he's in Golden State now. But I mean, it's probably time for Pat Riley to step down and let somebody else take over that role. Clearly, changes need to be made, and they made a change. They traded Jimmy, but I think you also have to make another change, and that's Pat Riley. I mean, you lose 9 straight. Obviously, that's on the players. That's not really on Pat Riley. It's on the players. I don't know, man. I don't know where Miami. I don't know where they're headed. I mean, it is Miami, so they might get a free agent. Who knows? But yeah, right now, I mean, Bam is starting to hit jumpers now. Tyler Hero is starting to take over. Tyler Hero is looking like he's going to be the franchise player right now. Tyler Hero is looking like, you know, he's looking like he wants it. So, I mean, you build around Tyler Hero and Bam and Jaime Haskins and go from there. But, I mean, as far as the team as a whole, I mean, it's a solid team. I mean, it's not trash. I mean, Tyler Hero is a walking bucket. Bam does what he do on defense, and um, Terry Rozier, like, he hit big shots. And Wiggins can average 15 to 20 a night. So, I mean, they definitely have, you know, a team to accomplish something. But as far as championship, I don't think they're ready for that. But yeah, we'll definitely see. But I think Pat Riley is probably going to be on his way out the door. So yeah, so that's that. And, I'm tired, Chad. But look, the Cleveland Cavaliers have lost 3 straight. They lost to the Kings, the Clippers. Who else did they have? They lost to. They lost to the. Ooh, man, they lost to on Sunday. They lost to Orlando, the Clippers, and now the Kings. What's going on in Cleveland? I don't know. Should we panic? No. But do I trust them in the playoffs? No. Tomorrow they play the Suns. They should beat the Suns tomorrow. No offense to my guy KD. I'm a KD fan. I'm supporting the Suns right now because of KD. And I want KD to win. And right now the Suns are not winning, even though they've been able to get in that 10th seed after winning 2 games in a row. But I still don't have faith in them that they'll make the playoffs. But yeah, man. But as far as the Cavs go, I don't know what's going on. I know one of them games. I know one of the games Donovan Mitchell didn't play, but I do know that Harden was looking real nice the other night against the Cavs. It's him, Zubac, and Kawhi. It's like Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird how the Cavs lost. I mean, if you look at, I think Sabonis I think Sabonis got hurt in that game, or in the game prior. But I mean, no Zach Levine, DeRozan. I think he reached a milestone. I think he reached 25,000 points tonight, or I think it was tonight. He reached 25,000 points against his old team. Shout Debo, but the Cavs they gotta get back on the winning stage. You know, it's only been 3 games in a row, but you know you're leading up to the playoffs. You don't want to lose momentum. You know y'all been on fire this far, and then you don't want to slip right before the playoffs start. You don't want to slip and lose that chemistry. So they got to get on track, and you know it's gonna fall on Donovan Mitchell, Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. Me personally, I think Darius Garland plays better when he's not playing with Donovan Mitchell. When Garland has the keys, he's one of the best guards in the league. He can drop 30, you know, a night if he wants to, but he's playing with Donovan Mitchell, and so he can't do that. But if you ask me, yeah, the Cavs definitely got to get together. But I can see the Cavs going to in 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 the East. I can see the Cavs going to the. I mean, the thing is though, like the Knicks play really hard and they have experience. Um, Between the Bucks are like up and down to me. But I mean the Cavs, because definitely go to the conference finals, but they're gonna lose to Boston though. But I believe it'll go to a game 6. But I think Boston will beat them. They the Celtics just have too many shooters, and they just have too much experience. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Celtics. But the Cavs gotta get together. The Knicks is another team that's to get together. They lost to Charlotte tonight by 17. Then they lost to the Spurs the other night. I think one of their role players had a. Then one of the Spurs role players had a career night. He had 34 with no D Fox, no Wimby. Yeah, the Knicks gotta get together, and they are definitely missing Jalen Brunson with that ankle injury, which he's supposed to be out till early April. So it's not looking good for these teams. I mean, it's some other teams on losing streaks like the Timberwolves. They've lost 2. Um, you know, about Memphis has dropped a few since losing Ja. Obviously, the Mavs are not winning nothing. They've dropped out completely. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate for the Cavs and Miami Heat right now, especially Miami. It definitely is trouble in Miami, and it's definitely time to. I'm not gonna say panic, but you need to be aware of what's going on. But hopefully, y'all enjoy the video, man. Yeah, hopefully these teams can bounce back. Injury wise for the Knicks, and then for Miami, just like with Miami, they just need to get that spirit back and find themselves again and get that identity back, of Miami Heat culture. But changes, maybe some more changes will be made in Miami. Who knows? But like I said, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you new, man. And I'm gone.